right, guys, got y'all another video ready. As y'all noticed, I did change the name of the YouTube channel for a lot of reasons. I had my buddy Gabe up here, Gabe Farrell, I'm sure y'all know who he is, and we were talking, and I think I can better provide content and entertainment for y'all and or coverage as my personal self than I can a business, because as a business, there's certain stuff you won't post and certain stuff you won't do because you want to remain professional. But if I convert this over to my personal profile, I can show y'all a lot more behind the scenes of what's happening and a lot more personality than, you know, me trying to be a professional in the business. So we're going to be changing it, trying it for a little while. I'm not really sure how it'll go or how much I can show, but we're gonna give it a shot. But let's take a look at everything happening in the shop. The 4th gen has seen some major progress here lately, and we've got a lot of big things coming up that's gonna either help y'all or at least entertain y'all. But let's take a look. So the 4th gen is finally back on the ground. Thank God. This truck has made me want to pull my hair out. It's like every single thing that I've been doing for years. I mean, Bubba have been doing for years. We forgot how to do it all and had to relearn it again. And it's every single part on this has just not went smooth. But this truck is gonna end up being really, really cool, I think. We got a lot of the paint match done, as I shown y'all in the last video. I don't remember if I showed, I think I did show the Starlight in the last video, but let me kick the rock lights on. Oh boy, I gotta switch down here. Take a look at that. So we got our rock lights wired up finally. Got our name badge on there today. Our dual rate springs are in. That powder looks great. We got our Flight Fab 4-link front and rear wired in with the LED lights. But yeah, these are obviously not the wheels staying on it. Finally got the headlights in that we wanted. And take a look at these things. They turned out great. So we've got this like strip instead of the factory turn signal area. We got the C-bar, the round, and then we got the etched projector from Morimoto. So really, really happy with how the headlights turned out. Gives it a much more custom look, and especially when the lights are on. I would turn them on and show y'all. They are sequential, like both of these will show turn signal. But I would turn them on, but it actually blinds the camera, they're so bright. So we're just gonna leave that off. And we got our custom grill in. I don't really know if I call it custom, but this is a really hard grill to find. And you won't really see many trucks with that grill on it. So glad to have it. Probably gonna end up painting these plastics. I'm not really a fan of like the black right here. So she's coming together. Just a couple things that I'm not completely happy with yet, as far as it needs painted bumpers so bad it's not funny. So we're gonna work on that. I'm probably gonna try and make it happen before the show. It's not really a big deal, just didn't want to do it yet, but I just can't stand the look of it so far. So gonna be a fun little street truck. I'm excited to get the wheels on it. I'm waiting on my adapters to come in because the wheels that I actually have for this truck are 80170. So I gotta run adapters. Doesn't really bother me. I was gonna run spacers regardless, but spacers, adapters, same thing. But she is showing some really good progress. Hoping to have it running next week. Got some new 150 overs from DDP on the way. Yeah, so our boys over at DDP got us some 150 overs built. They're supposed to ship out tomorrow. Huge shout out to them guys. They're always taking care of us. As far as that truck goes, everything on it fuel related is DDP. They're sending us a new set of connector tubes, 150 over full body reman injectors, and there's one other thing. Oh, the pump. It's a 12 mil pump from them. But huge thank you to the guys over at DDP. They put the fueling in my race truck. They've done this truck, and they've done all the customer builds here lately. So big shout out to those guys. Well, let's check out Peyton Harris's F450 while we're over here. Well, Peyton being the only man I know that would buy an F450, a limited F450, on 26s, fully loaded truck, bringing it to tear it apart after it was already pretty nice. And dude, you got trash all over this thing, Peyton. Clean it. But Peyton's a good friend and customer of ours out of Nashville. He brought this thing to us for us to do some color matching and some lights and stuff. These are actually some lights we painted for him and already put in. We got to change the cab lights out. They're also painted. And then we've got all the other trim pieces that are painted. But yeah, super, super nice truck. Peyton, I love it. Just clean it, buddy. Come on, man. But we are also designing a train horn bracket for this truck. I believe I talked about that a little bit in the last video. We did these taillights, smoked, paint in the center. Keep in mind, paint's not gonna match in the video because this truck is nasty and the paint is clean and brand new. So we got the plaque on, all that stuff. We need to finish it so I can show everybody everything. But yeah, just kind of a status update. Not a whole lot going in the shop this week. We're mostly prepping. We're mostly doing event prep. That's taken up a lot of my time, so that's why the YouTube videos have been a little bit slower. But I wanted to hop back on that while everybody was enjoying them and kind of give y'all an update on the event to the people that already know or that saw it in Gabe's video about the event. But let's take a look at the trophies for the event and some of the stuff that's already came in. All right, guys. So our wristbands actually came in for the event. They turned out really, really good. They're like a teal color. I think they call it like neon blue, but it's more like a teal color. And then it's got our logo and one of our main sponsors, JTX. As you know, we have their wheels on all of our builds. But I've got those in, and a lot of people wondering, like, if you pre-register online on our website for the event, like, are you going to get mailed your wristbands? No, because there's a chance that you would lose them, and then you would get to the front gate and ask for new ones, and then it's a mess. So we're actually going to have every single pre-order is going to be put into an envelope with your receipt of what you paid for, all your bands, all your sticker passes. Everything is going to be in the envelope, so they'll be waiting at the front gate. So if you did pre-register, you're good to go. All you got to do is show up. Your stuff is at the front gate waiting on you. And if you forgot anything like general admission passes, you can buy them at the front gate. We got about 3,000 of these. So let's take a look at these trophies, though. That is the main highlight. So most people would do a plexiglass trophy. Well, we have built aluminum trophies because we're just trying to create a new level of quality. So let's take a look. We got best in show. Kind of want to show y'all what we have. That way y'all are prepared and know what you're going after. We got best of show, best suspension, best lifted, top 10, best interior, best lowered, best exterior, best female owned, best burnout. I'm really curious to see who takes home best burnout. The best burnout also has a $300 cash prize. Highest horsepower also has a $1,000 cash prize. Second place gets $500 and third place gets $250. The $500 is sponsored by Point Blank Performance and the $250 is sponsored by Music City Showdown. So we've also got best GM, best Ford, best Ram, and then there's the rest of the top 10 trophies. But yeah, we got a really big trophy lot, in my opinion, for the first year of the show, and we put a lot of money into making really nice trophies. So we may not have as much winners as like some of the bigger shows, but we put a lot of money into making sure that the trophies we did give out were really nice. And we may even try and make smaller versions and have about 50 trophies next year instead of the 25. So huge thank you to anyone that comes out. It is in Jamestown, Tennessee on March 4th. It is at our new location. Doing a lot of work to the facility to get it ready. The dyno is still not in the ground. We have the dyno pit done. It's got a drain in it. Something's up. Either one of the concrete walls is leaking or the drain is not working properly because the dyno has water in it again. And, you know, a lot of the people that have been wondering, like, oh, why isn't the dyno up? Why haven't we seen any videos of him dynoing any trucks? It's because it's currently Atlantis in the dyno pit. So we got to wait on that to get figured out. Not a big deal, I don't believe, but, you know, we're rolling on 5 weeks away from the event. So starting to get a little bit worried, but I don't think it'll end up being a problem, hopefully. We've had enough contractors and concrete guys out here where hopefully we can figure it out. But, well, that's kind of it for the video, guys. I do want to show y'all a little bit more of what we've done under the hood on the 4th gen, if I can get this hood up one-handed. So we did reroute our coolant tank to right there. Had to trim the fender well just a little bit. If you'll look, you can see the bottom's cut out. It's because there's a hose that goes into the bottom that's tapped under the heater hose. And we kind of use this like clear hose for our top hose because I like it because you can see the coolant and I don't know, it's just pretty. But progress underneath the hood, very minimal, some small wiring. We got all our rock lights done. We have our coolant tank mounted. So this thing is 99% finished. We literally just need injectors, and we need to get it running and see if there's anything else wrong with the truck. Anyone that doesn't know why this truck isn't already done, we put the 300 overs in it. It started, it ran like crap. So I was convinced it was the injectors. Sent the injectors off, had them flowed. They said the injectors looked fine and they were very clean. And I was like, well, those injectors that are out of an early 6.7, just for precaution. I think they were a little bit big anyways. So I had them flow them, send them back, sell them to somebody that's building a race truck that wants all the fuel and stuff. Because as much as I want this thing to be fast, I want it to still idle clean and drive somewhat clean and not be smoky and smoke out the road. But I really want this truck to be reliable, more or less. I want to be able to take it on 7 or 8 hour road trips to shows. And on the weekends that I don't have time to load up all the rigs and come see y'all, I can just drive my truck up there. The blue one, obviously. The single cab will never get drove to a show. Anyone and everyone knows that. But I need to wash this thing. Gonna try and keep the content good. I'm gonna get y'all some updates on the show as it goes. We've got food vendors, tents, bathrooms, stuff like that. There's a lot that goes into these events that no one knows about. And we also have new products we're launching weekly. As far as we got 4th gen and 5th gen products, and then we're working on Duramax hood braces. It's a little fender brace that goes from the firewall to your fender. I guess to be a fender brace, not a hood brace. But we're working on them for 5th gens and Duramaxes. So lots of new parts in the works. I'm gonna work on cranking out some build aluminum parts. Hopefully some high quality stuff. I'm pretty picky about what I release, and we're working on making the products better every day. So thank y'all for watching. See you in the next one.